Starting off, we've got Stabby, my Danish friend. What players, teams do you look up to? I would say the player I look up to most by far is Carrigan, the captain of FaZe Clan. You guys have seen me wear the FaZe Clan hoodie that I have upstairs a lot, especially last year before I was signed to these guys. Carrigan, just 34 years old, he's on the best team in the world, leads the best team, leads by example, does it all. Entry fragging, cooling, tries his absolute hardest, does the vlogs, the content like I'm trying to do. You can see a lot of what Carrigan's doing and what I'm trying to do, or what Carrigan does and what I'm trying to do. So that's an obvious player that I look up to. In terms of teams I look up to, I would say the Brazilian and the Eastern European teams, just on the terms of workload and how much those guys are able to grind. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, many years ago when I was booking pracs for one of my older teams, I remember we saw the Gambit team and they had 11 scrims a day at one point. And it's on another level. And the Virtus Pro team as well with James, they're a similar sort of workhorse. So mad respect to the Eastern European teams in terms of how much they work, and individual players, it's Carrigan. Thank you for your question, Stabby. Next up. What was going through your mind before you stepped foot onto the final stage at Insomnia last week? What was going through my mind was, honestly, I was doing the same pre-fight stuff that I do for my boxing fights. I've only had 4 fights, but it prepares you massively for a stage final where you can see your opponent, he's in front of you. We did the face-off, me and Artist, before the match. We had the interview and the back and forth trash talk before the match. The difference is in boxing, that guy's going to punch me in the face. Whereas in this, it's not quite so violent. So it does mean I'm a lot more relaxed. And actually, Artist, after the finals, came up to me and said, you know, you weren't nervous in that game. And I could tell, you know. And that's the point where having that much life experience meant that before the finals, I was using it. And I just felt very relaxed. I knew if I made a mistake, it wasn't going to hurt. And I just did my same pre-fight ritual, which is the classical music, breathing technique, 7 seconds in, 7 seconds out. I'm able to stomach the pressure really well now. I'm 26 years old. I've been around the block a few times. I'm in the middle part of my career now. So yeah, I was honestly all good. There was nothing rushing through my head or anything along those lines. I really wanted to win at least a map and obviously the final. Thank you for your question, Distant Lane. Mog, do you feel that a full UK roster could compete on an international level consistently? Yes, but it's going to cost a lot of money. Smooya as your AWPer, Thomas as your in-game leader, Mezzi as your anchor and on CT. What are we missing? We're missing an aggressive space taker. I would take a Zulu, and then you need like a support player. You could even take Mighty Max or Surreal in that role. Got to shout out Tree 60 as well. He could be in that sort of entry space taker role, but I think Zulu is amazing right now. So yeah, pretty much you'd have to merge the old Insta Breach roster with Endpoint and then chuck in Smooya as well. So how long would the team last? Don't know. Probably a couple of months. It depends. But I would say the team would do well. But it does need Smooya. It does need Thomas. It needs certain players that are in contracts that's going to cost a lot of money. And the salary is not going to be cheap. But it definitely could compete. A part of the question, if they can compete, what do you think is holding that vision back? Lack of funding, lack of grassroots academy presence. I wouldn't say it's a lack of grassroots academy presence because we have it today. And I would say it's a lack of funding, and also would Smooya, Thomas and Max and all these people actually want to play together? I don't think so. Obviously Thomas and Smooya are very close friends. I don't know if they would want to compete with each other across the whole 5-man roster. I don't know. Mezzi, would he want to be there from Vitality? Probably not. He's got Zywoo on his team. It would just cost millions to, not millions, but close over $1 million and some change. Thank you for your question, Mog. Paul, what are your top 5 places, countries that you would like to visit that you haven't been to before? Countries, Japan, Tokyo, Maldives. Thailand. Italy. I know I haven't been to Italy. I've only just been to Paris for the first time a couple of weeks ago with my girlfriend. One more place I'd like to visit. Maybe even Bulgaria, Sofia. We'll see. Somewhere like that. I've been to Spain, been to Portugal. I've been to all the sunny places. I've been to all of Asia. Yeah, I'd say I can't name a fifth. I'm very lucky. Oh, I've been to Dubai. I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe somewhere in the Middle East that I can't think of right now. But I'm very lucky to be very well travelled thanks to my job. Potato. Being a part of Reason is still kind of new to everyone. Where do you see Reason Gaming in a year's time? What's the biggest goal achievement you want to complete as part of the team? I would say, where do I see Reason as an organisation or as a team? I'll answer it in two different separate parts. In a year's time, I see Reason Gaming in a year's time with more momentum, with the same level of pace that we have right now, with all of the content, all of the tournaments that we're attending, but most importantly, momentum. I feel like Reason Gaming really lost steam and lost momentum after Gfinity Elite Series, and I know because I commentated that series. I feel like they lost momentum, lost steam, and I think they need to be consistent with our team and be consistent with events and content and eyeballs, because the sponsors are really looking at consistency and momentum, because they want to know that their money today is going to be worth money tomorrow, and you have to prove that through having a positive track record of the last few months and years. So for Reason Gaming in a year's time, lots of momentum, much bigger than they are now, and in terms of our team and our five, we would love to be ESC advanced and salaried. Like that is the goal. And to get salaried, we have to be playing HLTV level matches like we did last week at Insomnia Finals. We need to do that more regularly. And in a year's time, we'll be good enough to do that, definitely. Thank you for your question. Mitch, Cheggies, what was your favorite League of Legends champion to play? My favorite League of Legends champion was Ziggs and Lux and Lucian. Don't know if any of them are good anymore. My teammates, Adrian and Charlie, are obsessed with League of Legends, a bit too much. You saw it in my vlog last week, Adrian playing League of Legends as our warm-up for our matches. But yeah, actually, me and Nathan at school, we had a friend called Isaac Ricketts. There you go. And he was obsessed with League of Legends. And I was the one that got him into it, so I ruined his life, unfortunately. Sorry, Isaac. Yeah, those three champions is what I would say. Thank you for your question. Quit. What's your most memorable moment at any LAN so far? Definitely winning Game Goon Championship 2023. That was very special. Very special. We won 5,000 euros. 1,000 euros each. I got a trip to Bilbao, everything paid for, flights, accommodation, food, you name it, everything paid for. Play one best of 3 for 5,000 euros. One match, 2 days. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. And we won as well, so that's my most memorable moment. Just winning that final. Third map, we won 16-14. It was that close. Standing up, shouting "Vamos" to the opponents who were shouting at us. Yeah, that was definitely my most memorable moment. I can't really, nothing really comes close to that, if I'm being honest. There's a few actually, but I can't say them on stream on this. Glacy, how did you ask your girlfriend out? Well, Laura, very lucky woman to be dating me. We matched on Tinder. We spoke for some time, but when I asked her to be my girlfriend, I took her out for a steak dinner. We had, I can't even remember the name of it, steak ou boeuf, couteau boeuf, I don't know. Basically, the whole rack of ribs of the steak, dauphinoise potatoes, you name it, the whole shebang. And during that dinner, I asked her to be my girlfriend after a few glasses of wine. So there you go, that's how I did it. Wined and dined is the secret, Glace. Okay, repeat questions now. We're only about 10 minutes in, actually. This has been very, very lean, very quick to it. Okay, Stabby, What helps you calm down or get ready for an important match or series? I've sort of already answered this with the question before from Distant Lane about what was going through my mind. And the answer is the same as the boxing. Classical music, very calm warm-up. If I am feeling my breathing's intense, then I'll do the 7 seconds in, 7 seconds out. And I'm really focusing on getting out of my head and getting in my body. So about stomaching the pressure. And really focusing on me. You know, a lot of the times before a match, my teammates would be talking and I can't hear them because I'm in my own mental cocoon, just focused on what I need to do. I'm the sniper, I'm killing them here. If I'm doing this, or the game plan that we have, if I need to target certain areas of the map, if I need to target certain bomb sites and certain players, what spawns are going to be working for me against the way they play, that sort of stuff's going through my mind. Not my teammates laughing about something or whatever, you know, very much in the zone. Okay. Oh, I missed your question, Blood. I missed your question, Blood, the first time round. Where do you feel you've improved the most since returning to competitive CS? So from back when I was 19 to 26, what have I improved the most on? Mental, definitely. In terms of skill, you could even argue I was more skillful at 19. It's tough though. I was thinking about this yesterday. Actually, I probably am the same sort of level now, individually skillful wise. But it has taken me some years after returning to get there, which is understandable because I was playing for all those years in a row up until 19. The point being, the biggest thing is the mental. The weakness I had as a player was never skill or physical. I could kill people instantly. I could get lots of kills, lots of impact. But it was the mental side for me. I would choke big matches. I would miss important shots. And I'd be in my own head. And that's something that you can even hear just from me talking about how I prepare for the matches. You can tell I'm a different beast now when it comes to that. So definitely improved the most on my mentality and the mental side of things, which is a massive part of the game. So I'm a far more versatile, well-rounded player now. And yeah, I'm definitely a better player now than I was back then. And would you do anything differently if you could go back to the start? Honestly, no, because getting benched on endpoint meant I had to earn money. I got an offer from another team for £600 a month and it wasn't enough. My parents said I had to make money. So then that's how Jackie, shout out to Jack, he helped me get a contract with Gfinity and be a professional commentator. And being a professional commentator got me all of the contacts in the scene. I wouldn't be on this team now if I wasn't a commentator. Got me all the contacts, all the life experience, all the traveling, finding out who I am, building all of my friendship groups and my support networks outside of the game, which helped me in the game. Yeah, I wouldn't honestly change anything, because if I had gone back and fixed my mental and not been and stayed as a pro player for longer, I would have retired by now and I would have been a very different person. Probably someone that I'm not proud of to be today if I had done that. So yeah, I actually wouldn't change anything if I'm being 100% honest with you. Maybe I wish I'd fixed my sleep before I have done now. I wish I'd fixed my sleep years ago. That'd be the only thing I would change. Thank you for your question. Any more repeats? Yes. Mitch, if you were to describe your personality as a World of Warcraft spec, what would it be? Look at you looking at it like, what the hell is that? It's what I played, Elemental Shaman. Elemental, just because I'm hot and I'm cold. Sometimes I'm the calmest person in the room, sometimes I'm the most emotional person in the room. And I'm very much a burst sort of person. Like I'm very intense in bursts. And that's exactly how Elemental does damage, is in bursts like that. And then also it's also off healing as well, and that's how I am. I feel like I'm a good friend to have. Nathan will vouch for me there. I hope anyway. He's not on camera, so he can't say. Just shout yes. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I'm a good friend, so my off healing counts there. Yeah, what can I say? I think World of Warcraft had the best. Yeah, there was 30 different specs that you could play, and I definitely found which one matched me. So just checking that's all the questions. It looks like it is. Thank you all for asking questions. Obviously, we haven't got as many subscribers as we had before, but I'm going to change that. And doing consistent content like this is going to get us there. So thank you, Reason. Thank you to all the sponsors. And I'll be seeing you guys on the stream, twitch.tv, Byfield CS2, every single day.